Let's send the message that our lives and the quality of our lives are not to be gambled with.
We need to make this airport not just, a little bit safer. We're a model community. Santa Monica Airport ought to be the safest airport in the United States. We need to be thinking about safety, and I think the FAA's got its priorities wrong. They're thinking about preserving access for planes when we're supposed to be talking and thinking about the safety of pilots, the safety of passengers in those planes, and the safety of you and me, the people on the ground. We have residences within 300 feet of this runway. That's extremely close, extremely close. And for the FAA to propose to us that, well, gee, one of the things you could do is buy up homes in a community where housing is, if not is one of our highest priorities, probably is historically our highest priority is maintaining housing. For them to say, well, we'll buy up, you should buy up houses is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous.
On October 20th, 2005, the United States Congress passed an appropriations bill with a provision mandating the Federal Aviation Administration to bring all commercial airports into compliance on runway safety area regulations by the year 2015. General aviation airports like Santa Monica Airport deserve the same protection, particularly when they are surrounded so closely by residents, as is the case at Santa Monica Airport. I'd like to read to you some excerpts from a letter that was written on September 2nd, 2004 to the Federal Aviation Administration from R. Austin Wiswell, who is the Chief of the Division of Aeronautics for the California Department of Transportation. He is responsible for public safety and participated in a meeting between the FAA and the City of Santa Monica. He wrote, "I found it unfathomable that representatives of the Federal Aviation Administration could dismiss the Santa Monica and state safety concerns as a mere matter of probability that something dire could occur. Probability is the basis for odds, which is the basis for gambling. I also found it laughable when FAA representatives dismissed the runway overrunning or undershooting issues as being totally in the hands of pilots and the air traffic control tower staff, and then minimized, if not marginalized, the role that a runway safety area plays in reducing the consequences of overrunning or undershooting the runway. Pilots make mistakes. Air traffic control personnel cannot prevent pilot mistakes."
Incidentally, $14 million it's going to cost you to put in this EMS. Now that's what I got from when they originally made the presentation. $14 million. And the wheels must be gliding down gently down the runway before it'll arrest it. If they're 4 inches off the ground, the planes, they're going to miss it.
Some people say that this is just a NIMBY issue, a not in my backyard issue. And I just want to explain that the vast majority of neighbors that I speak to have no problem with an airport. The problem we have is the airport being used by aircraft for which the airport was never designed. And the fact that legislation, as it stands today, allows for more and more of them to be coming in all the time. Fractional jets are considered non-commercial. They're fine at a private airport according to legislation. So when we say not in our backyard, it's not a matter of our convenience or our wanting to pass our problems on to someone else. The fact is our backyard simply doesn't look like the backyards of other airports that have the air traffic that we have. I challenge anyone in Southern California to show me an aerial map of another airport that has the aircraft that Santa Monica Airport has, with homes so close to the ends of the runway. And on behalf of all of us, I want to urge them, you if you're watching, legislators, to bring this relief not in a matter of years, but to bring it immediately. Because Nobody, and I'm sure the legislators are included, wants to sadly answer Ralph Waldo Emerson's famous question, how much human life is lost in waiting?
The people of Santa Monica and Los Angeles deserve full compliance with the FAA regulations. Those regulations prescribe 1,000 feet of runway safety area at each end of the runway. We deserve no less. We deserve to be safe. We deserve to not live in fear. And I'm asking the City Council to take action now. We waited way too long so that Santa Monica is not the next Sao Paulo.
We have watched government officials gamble with the safety of our fellow citizens in the New Orleans levee collapse and the Minneapolis bridge collapse. The results have been disastrous because the federal government failed to enforce its own safety standards. For years, the FAA has delayed the implementation of safety measures at our airport, and it has negotiated in bad faith with our local officials. Enough is enough. We want our City Council to take action now. Residents deserve safety now.